Get a free CGB Shark token when you use the promo code CGB5 at checkout on any order at CoolStuffInc.com. That's promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com. And a big thank you to them for sponsoring my channel. You're cool. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we're going to hate your hand. We're going to make you discard things that you don't want to discard. It's going to make you sad, but it might actually be good, which is kind of, that's something. So I've made fun of what is often referred to as discard decks or hand hate decks for a long time because they haven't been particularly competitive. They're very popular in the play queue, but they're not very competitive. And the idea of playing a card like Acquisitions Expert, making the target player discard a card, Elderfang Disciple, make them discard another card, Inscription of Ruin, make them discard 2 cards, has been pretty rough ever since Eldraine and War of the Spark became popular on MTG Arena. Ever since those things have been around, because the cards contained with them have so much built-in card advantage that making the opponent discard a card there or a card there, it means that their powerful card advantage-y plays are just going to overpower you later when they draw good cards off the top of their deck and you're drawing 1/1s and things like that. Adventure is a great example of this, where all the opponent needs is one adventure card, like a Bonecrusher Giant, and they can kill off your little discard creature and still have a 4/3 left over that will beat you to death, and your 1/1s can't really compare to it. So the effect of just basically, here's a creature, a little bit of material that makes you discard a card, has been bad in Standard for quite a while. And that's held down a lot of the strategies that usually enjoy it. But in Standard 2022, things change. Those adventure cards are no longer legal. Now the price of a card is very relevant. And if you've been in the queues lately, the Blood Money deck that I created a while there, the black-white treasure deck that just draws a bunch of cards and grinds you out forever and plays Blood in the Snow, has a lot of the same cards as this, the Deadly Dispute combined with Eye Twitch kind of deck, the Skullport Merchant deck. Anyway, against that deck, the discard effects are pretty good. You can hit their best cards and you can just run them out of resources, since that's kind of what they're trying to do to you, but without the discard effect. Also, in 2022, the best removal spell for 2 mana, it would be Flunk if this thing ever hit anything, but my opponents seem to like keeping cards in their hand. However, you can turn Flunk in from a very average and sometimes bad removal spell into a straight up creature killing machine if you make your opponent discard a few cards. So, part of the idea of this mono black deck was, A, we wanted to make Flunk really good, so we ran a bunch of discard cards around it, along with some of the other cards we know produce good card advantage from the other shells. B, content. Terragrid is content. People love this card. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token or discards a permanent card, you may put it from your graveyard onto the battlefield. In this deck, we are very good at making them discard. Not a lot of sacrifice going on, just couldn't fit it all in the deck. If you want to trim some pieces here and there, you can play like Liliana and Soul Shatter, Professor Onyx, and get some sacrifice action going, and I won't blame you too much. I won't be mad at you, because honestly, I think this deck could use it. It's kind of the big difference between this and the other deck is the Planeswalker presence. So a few Professor Onyx are probably a great idea. Maybe I'll even add them for the games. But Terragrid here, really making the opponent discard is what it's all about, and keeping this card on the battlefield using Blood on the Snow is very reliable, and also the Lantern is a pretty reliable way to torture opponents in a long game like the other Blood Money decks love to play. Inscription of Ruin is great, scales into the late game, you've seen it in some of my other builds. In the sideboard, we've got Environmental Sciences, Introduction to Prophecy, and Annihilation, since Mono Black has trouble with some of the permanents out there. And we've got Mascot Exhibitions to try to end the game, along with some creature lands, and Agadeem's Awakening, since it can get back a number of things. So yeah, we're going to be trying discard, gain control of your stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and, for the sake of like changing it up, I'm going to cut 2 Deadly Disputes. Sorry, Silas Fox, by the way, this video is dedicated to you. If you want the potential of a video dedicated to you in the future, hit the join button below, and you might get a future video dedicated to you, but you will definitely get some sweet benefits like Twitch stream VODs, ad-free, posted just for members here on YouTube, so you can use things like 2x speed, and also access to a special Discord where you get my deck list a day early. So today's member is Silas Fox. We're going to get a sweet Blood on the Snow for you in just a second. But first, let me grab some Professor Hottie, because I've just decided, like, I just want this in the deck. Just more fun, I think, than more Deadly Disputes. But don't be afraid of running Deadly Dispute. I mean, this card's really, really good. So it's fine if you want to do that or not. All right. Cosmetic, Dedication, Blood in the Snow. We've been running it all over the place. Let's go. There you go. Now we're shining. Now let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. A Tolarian Philosopher approaches. Well, if you're a Tolarian and you're not playing blue, you're doing it wrong. So let's see if our opponent is truly committed to the cause. We've got a little curve here. It's a bit slow. Darn it. I was expecting them to play control. Having a slow curve is not great anymore. Just spam mono white. Well, they didn't grow the monk. So that's something. Let's get a little 1-2 onto the battlefield. And it looks like our choice is Plains. So you know when they don't have a 2-drop that you're either going to get Skyclave Apparitioned or Spellbound, Spellbinder being the more common of them. Let's see what they take. Whatever it is, we're in trouble. The 3-1's going to be hard to block. We don't have any removal at all right now. And we've only kind of drawn lands and spells that were redundant already. Merchant. Okay, let's get one of these down. Could attack there, but I think then we take an extra damage to a Skyclave Apparition if they hit the Merchant, so there you go. It could come down to 1 damage, you never know. Did they draw another 1-drop? Oh, it looks like they do have another 1-drop. Yeah, this looks like my mono white deck. And they drew 2 of the really good 3-drops. It's a bad time to be in my position. We've got to draw Blood on the Snow. See, this comes down next turn potentially. Definitely want to hit their last card in hand, no question. And yeah, let's play this. The Faceless Haven's going to be a real pain. They're reaching for it. I guess we could block the hell out of it, lose our Merchant, and kill it. Let's see what they attack with. Just you guys? Okay, I'm doing it. Down with the Haven. I'll trade my Merchant for that. Inscription of Ruin. 5-6. We're 1 land away from using every side of this. But if we sacrifice the treasure to the Professor Onyx, that's not going to happen. They don't have great attacks if we just kill the Spellbinder. Let's do it. Yeah, the Acquisitions Expert might actually hold this together. I mean, do you really want to trade any of your 2/2s for these? To push a little damage? No, they don't attack at all and they play a 2/1. Top deck. Let's do this. 4/5. This makes Professor Onyx and the minus next turn look really good, and they probably don't have a way to kill it. They go for Paladin class. Well, that's probably what our Skyclave Apparition is going to kill. Would you like to rumble with Tergrid, though? I doubt it. It's an interesting game where we've kind of just brickwalled them on the ground, which is pretty hard to do against mono white if you're not playing green. Maybe all the toughness on these creatures actually matters. All right, Professor, let's go. Oh, we got the nice. We got the nice. You love to see it. Oh, it's the highest power. I thought it was casting cost. I thought it was casting cost. I thought we were getting the apparition. Read the card, CGB. I thought it was Soul Shatter. It's not Soul Shatter. It's their choice among the greatest power. Okay, the levels are getting scary, but they say good game. And they send the heart. Okay, but don't leave. We were having fun. Okay, I was having fun. Maybe some of you are having fun. Tolarian Philosopher probably not having fun. A white deck with a bunch of creatures not attacking is probably not fun for them. Scrying Paragon, huh? All right, so Twitchy, discard more, pretty Blood on the Snow. It looks so good in the black border, or the, I guess borderless is what it actually is. Doesn't mean I want two though. Come on, deck. What are you doing here? Clarion Spirit. All right, mono white 2 games in a row, it looks like. Oh man, what's the opponent gonna do? Skyclave Apparition. It's pretty nasty to this. If they double spell and make a 1/1, how much do I care? Not that much. Like this card I don't think is a kill on sight. Like it could be. Not with Blood in the Snow in your deck. I do really need this Eye Twitch to die though. Like Skyclave Apparition would be a tilt. Monka. Okay, that's gotta die. Do we block when our Eye Twitch could hold back a 1/1? I guess I'll wait until I'm about to miss a land drop. Merchant. All right, we do have to get to Blood on the Snow. I guess this doesn't have to die as long as we live that long. Are we supposed to make them discard? Next turn we can sack. Okay, we're definitely gonna block with Eye Twitch so that we can get. I guess we want them to play out their hand then in that case. All right, so we're gonna block with the Twitch or sacrifice it. We're gonna get the Environmental Sciences, which we're gonna cast. And we have to have a land in like our top 2 if our Merchant dies. If it doesn't, we might be able to draw deeper than that. But we gotta get to Blood. And we've got to dodge. We have 2 of them, so Elite Spellbinder doesn't beat us on its own. Yeah, they've got the Apparition. That's good, though, because we can kill it and make a token to try to buy us more time if we need to. They're going with the Airborne creature. Here they come. Let's save this to block possibly a larger creature next turn, because these are 3s. Easy Sciences. All right, another Merchant. Interesting. We could play it here, but I think we're better off flunking the Skyclave Apparition and then trying to top deck the land. Do that now. So the opponent can hit the Merchant here, but they can't stop Blood on the Snow. We just need the untapped land off the top. Or no portable hole on our treasure would be nice. But this is why I run 26 lands, plus Environmental Sciences. And my Learn cards. And the treasures from Skullport Merchant. Like, you've got to hit the lands, or you just die. Ooh. Willing to get frisky against the 3/3? Alright, I'll take this block and this block. Down to 12. It's a land. Are we willing to pay 3 life for it? We could definitely put out Merchant, survive another turn, but I don't think it's worth it. If they take this block, oh my gosh. I mean, we are taking like 4 in the air, which is a little worse than taking 3 from the Awakening. I think we still do it. I think you just cast Blood on the Snow here. And hit their hand. One of the fun things about Blood in the Snow is you also get the cards they... Or when you get back a discard creature, you also get the cards they held back. Here's Tear Grid. Oh, they didn't like that. They did not like that. Tristian 101. Like, your introduction to Tristians. This should be the first one you go to. Tristian Advanced is in another building. Shambling Ghast, one of the decks I cut from, or one of the cards I cut from my deck to make room for all the discard cards. We'll see how they stack up. My theory is that our discard effects will be pretty good against a slower deck, like the more traditional mono black and black white blood money decks. And the black green ones, although it's frustrating to say this. If they resolve like a skeletal swarming on us, it's so hard to beat. But they have Ranger class, so this is some kind of aggro? Alright. What's in your hand? What's going on over there? One Ghast down. I do not like where this is headed. They can sink their mana into this thing, and their threats just pound their way right through our experts. I thought they would put a counter on their Shambling Ghast. They must want to sacrifice it. Okay. I think we want the Merchant. Just be mana efficient. We could also play this tapped and play another expert to take another card. But we're still not even threatening to do any good blocking. They might just kill the Merchant, but then at least we have a treasure left over. Let's go. But how will we survive? Doing some chump and draw with our discard effects, I suppose? Chump blocking is very much, very much back on the menu in 2021. 2022, that is. Standard. So no blocks this turn. Go ahead and take that damage. It'll be... A block is actually worth more next turn, right? Because every turn this gets bigger. So the longer you wait to block, the better it is. You just don't want to put yourself in a spot where you're dead to a removal spell. So probably starting next turn, we take our chump blocks. Alright, they're running Ranger class and Deadly Dispute. Kind of an interesting pairing of cards. Hunt for specimens, sure. Well, we can't quite flunk this, but maybe we make them discard and then we can flunk it. Let's go. Give me another card, please. Or just taking them one by one. How about that mascot exhibition? Cube? Gelatinous cube is that's a powerful thing. All right, let's say go. We could flunk this now, but they might have Snakeskin Veil. I'm optimistic we'll get to do something cooler with flunk. Besides, we need to start like chump and draw, because if we draw some cards, we can find Blood on the Snow, which we're probably gonna need. Like every other game, really need to draw that card. I wouldn't recommend that play. That is not what I would do here. Alrighty then. I want to flunk that, to be honest, but I also want them to invest their mana in it next turn. So this turn, I think I'm chumping with the expert and drawing. I kind of want them to spend another 3 mana to power it up next turn if that's what they wanted to do this turn. Inscription. It's good against the token. What are we at? We're at 6. At 7 mana we can kick it, which is going to be good against their whole board. So are we just waiting for another turn? Are we just gonna sit, chump, flunk something? Sounds pretty good. Doesn't sound the worst to me. We could slam Professor Onyx, though. That's pretty darn good, too. They probably have ways to deal, but it's unclear. All right. Hey, sexy lady.
Under my tutelage.
Now I'm really had it. I'm glad it's not Soul Shatter. I'm glad it kills the highest power so that they can't sacrifice the pest to protect it. Oh, they're gonna deadly dispute their pest. Okay. Well, now they don't have a creature unless, of course, they power up Haven to get the counter. So what are they gonna do with their turn? Rip. They drew blood on the snow. We did not. They make a 1/1. Okay. We could empty their hand. We could empty their hand. Is that good? I still think kicking these is way better. And that'll be able to empty their hand anyway. Also, if this doesn't die, they can't Mascot Exhibition. We've got a cube down there that they would like to get back. They didn't get it back, actually. They got this instead. It's kind of interesting, too. So this has Menace. We don't want to let them exile their, or kill off their Shambling Gas to get a treasure. Want to make them work for it. And then we start inscriptioning them. Hopefully that runs them out of the game, but this is a big window. Can they resolve something powerful like a Planeswalker that we don't have good ways to deal with? If they can, we're in trouble. If they can't, these inscriptions might take over. Good start for us. Very good start for us. They're going to spend most of their mana setting up their mana for the future. A future they may not get. Man, we're gonna pull so many cards out of their hand. All right, so they do that. We just do this. So they bounce. Discard 2 cards, return, destroy. So target opponent, that's you. Target thing in graveyard, that's you. Target creature, that's you. Rip that hand to pieces. Blood in the Snow and a cube. Is that last card also a Blood on the Snow? Let's find out. Maybe we don't find out this turn. Maybe we find out next turn. I will poke you for 1. That's how aggressive I'm feeling. Probably that land off the top. Don't think they'd keep a 7th land. So this card, they have held on to it for dear life. What could it be? And they're going to play it post-combat here. They don't have any Planeswalkers down here, so even if it is Blood on the Snow, they're not getting back something particularly strong. Okay. And it's a cube, and it's a treasure. So they've got Ranger class, they've got no hand. Okay. See, they attack with this, they make it a 5, so we do have to kill it. We can inscription it and get back an acquisitions expert, but they have no hand, so it doesn't really matter. I want to flunk the Haven. I want to inscription this and flunk the Haven, but I want to get a creature onto the board. Maybe they'll try to attack with the Haven. They'll probably level 3 the Ranger class, actually. Oh, I can't inscription this. It's a 4. Oh, look at that. They drew a hunt for specimens. All right, so what do they still got? More mascot exhibitions, right? But they can't cast it this turn? Oh, they're going to fumes. Oh, that's lame. You're no fun. I officially dubbed thee no fun. See, that's why I don't play fumes in my sideboard. No fun. All right, there's a draw for you. Haven goes to a 5. It's a pretty big problem, though. 1, 2, 3, and then when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's go. I don't think it's a great spot for the lantern. I think we need the board presence. Let's see if they can top deck another. Basically what they did last turn was top deck a removal spell. Let's see if they do it again. All right, decision time. Do we block this? I actually think we are supposed to. Hurts, but I think that's true. Because otherwise, we can't pair up with it with our lands, and now they have no creature land, and we have 3. All right, they level their ranger class at the cost of their token. They keep a card in hand. Is that 3 straight Terror Grids off the top? Shuffler's fine. Give it up. It's not a land. All right, we'll take a Shambling Ghast. Why not? Why not? That'll teach you to hold cards in your hand. So it's going to be one of those games. I'll create a treasure. Haha! How you like them apples? Three, 4. All right, we are now the beatdown. What don't we want them getting back with blood on the snow? This has been a top deck mega party between the two decks. Maybe I was supposed to hold the Haven to block because of the +1/+1 counters from Ranger class. I might regret that. But what am I attacking for next turn? 8? And they're attacking for 6? I mean, I'm winning the race. That kind of helps. We get their card, and we get a body to block with. Crippling Fear, okay. I guess we want to hit for 4 since we can. Threatening lethal next turn. Hold on to your butts. What's that do? That doesn't save them. That doesn't save them. They can get us to 1 with the Ranger class activation in the cube. They can mine us to get rid of the expert, but that will not save them. This was an intense game. This was a good one.
You'll learn the power of death.
No attacks, okay. Menace is a card. Menace is a keyword. Get him. Finish the job. Yeah, good game. Whew, that was some back and forth. I like that one. All right. This is a hand. I guess it's a 3-lander with 2 6s that hopefully we get to and we're on the play. It's going to be tough to get there, but we'll try. This poor Faceless Haven. Will it ever turn on? Oh no, mono green. Tough matchup. We're going to have to hit our lands. And drawing another Blood on the Snow isn't very good for that. Give me a Skullport Merchant and 2 lands. Or give me an Eye Twitch. Eye Twitch helps too. A little ramp for the opponent. I think I just have to kill the Sentinel. We drew 2 straight 6-drops. This is so bad. We're gonna have to get really lucky. Yeah, you don't keep the hand I kept and expect to draw 2 of the 4 remaining 6-drops in your deck, but when you do, you probably don't win. Let's try to save this to block something bigger, like that. Okay, it's not a land, but it's close. Now I'm probably not chumping because I need to draw cards here. If the opponent fights my merchant, I'm in huge trouble. Okay, they're not fighting. We'll block here. Nope. We'll block here. And save this, because we need to sacrifice it to try to draw land. Good. 1 more land. 1 more land. We get 2 looks at it from the Elderfang Disciple. Do we block with this too? We might be leaving life on the table. Are we just dead if we don't? It's close. I'll do it like this. No gamble, no future. It's not a land. Keeping the treasure, though. I'm definitely keeping the treasure. I need it to be a snow land or I can't get back the merchant. I guess getting back the discard card is really good too, though. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's a rough draw. That is so rough. That is... I guess I have to hope to hit another playable to stay alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, that is rough. That was... As a 1 of 2, that's not what you want to see. Oh my gosh. Alright, we do this now to play around a Veil, I guess? Man, it's not in the cards, is it? This one was not in the cards. It's not over yet, though. We get 1 more look. One time. We play on. Let's get the treasure. We have too many 6-drops not to. Curse you, Ranger class! They just got a new board for free. And they have a fight spell. Oh my goodness. How am I gonna get through this? I guess we can take this out, right? And then we're just taking 2 here. And then what do I do with the other 4 mana? If I had anything remotely playable, that would be a good play. But I don't. We could pay up for Onyx, and then the opponent has to attack Onyx. That doesn't seem great to me either. We could play the 4/5. The opponent plays a land, which they might very well have. And then a fight spell, we die. Oof. I think we say go. This going up to 4. I guess we do have 2 flunks. All right, go. Uh-huh. 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 There's the land. Oh, good. They played another mammoth to do it, too. Let's see where they point their +1/+1 counters. Hopefully at the mammoth, but they're going to the shambler because that's smart. All right. We go kill you. Snakeskin Veil, kill you. Interesting that they still put the counters where they did, having the Veil. But it works out for them. God, this has been bad. This... all 4 flunks. No 6th land. I guess we have to do this. Get their card? Or get a treasure? I've got to have the treasure, right? Because we still need to be casting these cards. And we just have too many 6-drops. Alright, can we brick a little bit for me? Maybe the top of your deck has some landy lands? Alright, level 3 on 2 of them. We have to power through 2 level 3 ranger class. 6 mana, let's go. Kill it. Kill it now. The part where we're lucky, they don't have creature lands yet. Without creature lands, they haven't been able to have kind of that pseudo haste threat that they power up after a board wipe. That's where we're lucky in this game. Flunk. We need the life. The 4th one. Maybe we cast that. I don't know. Here's Tergrid.
Never thought I'd miss the library.
They could have Froghemoth or something like that. No attacks. Pack leader. Land. I mean, are these cards in hands lands? Because eventually they have to draw through them, and they're playing all the creatures off the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You. So mean. But it does open up a pretty sick line next turn. Do we want to do it? I think we do. Let's go. Drain from Onyx. They get to discard a card. If it's a permanent, we get to keep it. Okay. Minus Professor Onyx, and it's our pack leader now.
This is my favorite part. Watch the life essence fade.
Let's chill. I don't know what I'm playing around. Something crazy with a Froghemoth, and I don't want to block with my Tergrid, but I'm doing it. Another Blood on the Snow. This has been one of those Shuffler's fine draws, hasn't it? Oh, it truly has. Do we really want to play and plus this card? Yes. Yes, I do. It's going to be really hard to beat.
New job, new life, new opportunities.
No cards in hand. Let's take the Twitch. Also gets a spell if it dies, which could be crucial.
There's got to be something useful. Ugh.
Draw a card. Nice. Oh, I could get used to this werewolf pack leader thing. Did we get there? Another ranger class. I think we got there. Oh my gosh, this game was wacky. Power them up. There isn't enough to power this one up as well, so we'll go here. This is menace, menace, menace. So if they block one of these, they still take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're definitely gone. Go team. Draw a good card. I'll take... you know what? Land is fine. Zunsu accepts the damage. And that's another win for the Mono Black team. On the draw, again, it's getting to be a pattern. At least we don't have 3 6-drops in our hand. So this should be playable. And we've played one kind of mid-range deck. Every other deck has been green or white. So maybe people are just starting to spam the same stuff now in the queue, which is a bit depressing, but I guess it can and will happen when something starts to get considered the best, as formats mature and such. Interesting, they didn't play anything else. So I guess there's going to be really good 3-drops or you wouldn't keep the hand. So that's Old Growth Troll. What's the other 3-drop they play? The Mammoth? Hopefully it's the Mammoth. Let's drop a little Elderfang Disciple on them and hold back both creatures to dissuade the Sentinel from attacking. This time they have 2 Lair of the Hydras. That's scary. That means Blood in the Snow. Usually we got to keep our life total as pretty high. Interesting. Either they just top decked this, or they have like Snakeskin Veil, right? They know about this. If they have Veil, make them play it now. Okay. Weird trade. I think they do have Veil, and I think that they're afraid to use it. So let's punish them a bit and just keep tearing their hand up. And the longer they hold on to the Veil, the less like other good cards they just have. Inscription. That's not Veil, though. They probably still have Veil. Otherwise, their attack, like other things they did, just don't seem to make a ton of sense. Yeah, see how they're playing around it? They don't have 3-drops. They haven't discarded anything like that. So, the play is you discard your hand. Is it that, though? Maybe we're supposed to hold up the flunk and they have to keep holding mana open. If they pump mana into this, we play it, they Veil. That's not particularly good, but I want to get Turgid down. They already discarded a fight spell. They might have more. Like, Tergrid plus Inscription is really good. Is it going to work? Also, next turn what we could do is flunk Inscription, and if they cast the Veil in response, we flunk, or flunk after the Inscription. Okay. They might just not have it, and they might be making me look like a fool, but a read's a read. They've definitely played like they had it. They had 2-drops in their hand that they didn't play on turn 2, even with a Sentinel, which also doesn't make sense, actually. They play their land. They didn't activate their Ranger class. They didn't activate their Wolf to draw a card. Everything about this is weird. Okay. I'm so confused. Well, here's the cats. If they have another Veil, we're in big trouble. If I slam this, and then they attack with the Chariot, they make another cat, and I try to flunk it and they Veil. So let's... But what if this is a Blizzard Brawl? Like, there is so much pressure on this last card. If it is a Blizzard Brawl, we get absolutely wrecked for playing Tergrid here. We could just Inscription them, make them discard it, and then flunk their Chariot, then play Tergrid, which kind of dominates their board. I guess that's a really safe way to do it. We can also power up Haven and block that way. Yeah, this This is a confusing place to be. I think it's just too risky to play the Terror Grid. I should have just gotten back to Disciple. This was the wrong way to do it. I could have just gotten back Disciple. Okay, it was a Blizzard Brawl. Like, if I get back Disciple there, I have a body. So, of all the things I thought about, I didn't think about that. Big fail on my part. Could definitely make a difference to have another 1/1. Okay, that resolves. Good. This wolf gets a counter. Sad, but we'll live, I think. And can we draw some blood on the snow? That's the next thing we have to do, because Terror Grid's not going to beat that. This game is going to start spiraling again really quick with this pack leader. Of course, the opponent's attacks are pretty funky. Like, we do get to block and kill something. I guess they could pump this and put the counter on it, and then we have to trade. They didn't pump pre-combat, though, so they don't get to draw the card. If they have Inscription, I guess we get punished here. Let's hang on. Another land. Hopefully this can get us some sweet cards. This going to 5 now becomes a much bigger problem for us. I guess we can throw a Haven at it. Haven plus Acquisitions Expert. We can also just throw the Acquisitions Expert, and if they want to pump it, how much is that? 5. So they go to 7, and we take 5 from the experience? That's a lot. But I think it's the right move. We've got to draw some removal, or just some good cards anyway, if we're going to win this game. Maybe we just take 7 here anyway? Let's start with the treasure in case we draw another flunk or something like that. Nope. Okay. Take 7 on this. We have to draw something in the next turn cycle. God, Terror Grid, sometimes you make me look bad. Sometimes you're as bad as I expected you to be. No blood on the snow. We do get whatever's in our opponent's hand, though. Is it good enough? Something huge, please. No way. Nice. Cool. So, you put a Vorinclex in your deck. We have blockers on blockers. If the opponent pumps, do they win? They're trying to figure it out. That's a 1+, so it's a 4/4. Here's the thing, we can take the hit from the Swarm Shambler. That's really important here. So they might be thinking I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter for lethal on the Swarm Shambler. The problem with that play is the Vorinclex. It means that it will not get a counter. They do get a card. But this is going to be a blowout set of blocks. Like this? I think so. All right, still need some cards. Agadeems. Down to 1. We go to 1. Agadeems gets me an Eye Twitch and an Elder Fang, or not an Elder Fang in this case. 1, 2. So we're going to be short the land. I guess we can also play the Eye Twitch, though. So we'll grab the 2 toughness creature and the Twitch. We get whatever's in their hand again. It is a land. I wish I'd left a Haven open. I didn't think about how if it had been a land, we could power up Haven. All right, they still have a lot of creatures here, and they run Vorinclex in their deck. We have to keep chilling. Oh my gosh, 1 life. Ranger class. Old growth troll, that's a trampler. That is dangerous. But they can't put +1/+1 counters on anything until the Vorinclex is dead. All right, let's draw some cards. I want some life, man. Is it crazy to just take sciences to get off this life total, or should I take Mascot Exhibition? Against green, here's my thinking. Against green, creatures are your life total. Creatures just are your life total. That said, we have Skullport Merchant, so lands actually go a long way too. All right, I'm gonna gain my 2 life. You can laugh at me all you want to. So of course we draw all these lands. All right, let's get the lantern cooking. Let's get this lantern cooking. Chariot, that's such a good one. And a Shambler. They might go wide all the way around us. That just dies, though, to Vorinclex. Don't you know how your own cards work? That's kind of amazing. They're thinking about mixing it up. They pass. All right. Target you. I think it's time to get a Mascot Exhibition. Opponent cannot stop touching everything. Ooh! But they have the Lair of the Hydra, and they have the Chariot, and we'd be giving them back their Vorinclex. I don't think we want the Blood on the Snow here. I got blockers. Do we hold this for if the opponent gets a card in their hand? I think we do. They're at 3, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right now, one thing's getting through. Yeah, so we need this. All right. Might have to do this Blood on the Snow if we're down by another creature next turn. Mammoth off the top. Level 2, but doesn't do anything as long as we have their Vorinclex. Which, by the way, what a hit that was. How big did that just change the game? We got it off like an acquisitions expert so long ago. Oh, we actually didn't leave enough mana to activate Haven because we kept the Hive untapped. Ooh, I hope that doesn't cost us. It doesn't. All right. Let's keep it coming, since this is causing a lot of pressure for the opponent. Down to 11. Is it time to make it snow? Is it time to make it snow? This is 7, 8 mana. Almost enough mana to power up 2 Faceless Havens. Not quite, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right now it's still even. I think we just pass and milk the Lantern for as long as we can. I think I also play... Since we can't use the mana to make 3rd Faceless Haven, I think we play this as well. Just to have another blocker. And I think we can also afford one more Disciple, right? Yeah. And we still have enough to power up 2 Havens here. Whew, what a game. What a pile of nonsense. The Vorinclex shutting down their Rangers classes. Shutting down their Swarm Shambler. Another Troll is a problem. Tramplers are scary. You have to have enough things to answer the Tramplers. Every single turn spent counting the number of creatures. 3 life is so low. It's so low. Uh-oh. What do they know? Okay, those are both death attacks. That's chumpable. Weird. Weird selections. The counters won't do you any good. The Vorinclex has still got that on lock. Okay. 6/6 over here. 4/5 over here. That leaves a 5/5 and a 3/3. 3/3, lunch meat. I really don't get this attack. We'll put the one... I guess they don't have cards in their hand, so keeping a cleric around to make this one better doesn't make sense, so 4 blocks. Went with an oops. What'd you think was gonna happen? It would be different if they even had one card in hand. I'd have to think about all this a lot harder. Are they trying to set up for the next turn, maybe? Oh, you're giving me Ranger class, huh? Thank you. I even have the green mana to level it up. That's pretty cool. Hand them over. What else are you going to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice? Okay. I mean, if I don't do this, I'm just doing magic wrong at this point, so... Oh, man. There might be a lethal here. I'm not going to spend the time it would take for you to see it. We're just going to attack in the air with double +1/+1 counters from our Inkling. And that's going to get the opponent low enough where they have to keep sacrificing to the Lantern. And our Dr. Evil plan is to get just all of their stuff with this Lantern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you. I'll take that. They do still get the 4/4 trample. They don't get a counter from that, though. Their own Vorinclex, I swear, they don't know what they don't know the power of their own Vorinclex. You wanna try this again? Sure. I mean, I guess it's probably the right play to do it anyway to get it off the top of your deck, but it's still really funny to see it. Really funny. We've got 2 Lantern activations. They can only absorb the damage from 1. Nothing. Huh? All right. I'm coming for everything. No mercy. How often do you get an opportunity to use Lantern, Tergrid, and the Lantern together? Not often is the answer. So we're coming for everything. Can't hold back. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Come on. Oh. That was a thorough dismantling. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up. And the deck, let's check the stats powered by untap.gg. Download it from the link in the description. It also supports the channel. We are 7-1 overall, 5-1 in today's session. That's pretty dominant. And I don't know, man. There's part of me that's like, all right, the discard cards are legit. They're much better now than they were in the past. Flunk is an excellent removal spell as long as you're also dropping the discard effects, and Inscription of Ruin actually almost always has a very good use. Then you combine that with some of the cards that we already know are good in black that are taking over the format, like Blood on the Snow, Skullport Merchant, and Eye Twitch, and you've got a really powerful deck. Now, the parts that I'm not sure about, on one hand, the game that I lost, I think it was 100% because we had Tergrid in our deck. And if it had been like, or no, it was Professor Onyx also, like this top end, if it were something different, you might win those games where you otherwise get run over on the battlefield, where you don't have Blood on the Snow. But at the same time, you can't deny that they picked up results and they play together really well. And let's face it, there's actually a lot of fun to be had with Tergrid and the Lantern. So I can see a lot of reasons why people would want to keep playing this. And I will say, at least against aggro, with a reasonable draw, this deck absolutely goes the distance. It tortures them. And against mono green and mono white, they don't have great ways to remove Tergrid. If it's mono green, they have to hold a fight spell in their hand, and you can either blow it out with Flunk or make them discard it before you play the Tergrid. And again, if you're playing smart, if you're heads up, you know what I mean? Against mono white, they really just have no way to remove this card. You just drop it on the battlefield, and their ground assault is in a ton of trouble. So they have to try to get in the air with their elite spellbinders, and if you get to cast Blood on the Snow, that strategy blows up right in their face. So, deck is legit. I don't know if it's as good as the other mono black control variant of Blood Money or the black white Blood Money deck. I think those are more versatile. For example, as far as a 5-mana card goes, I think Kaya is just going to solve more problems in long games than Tergrid does, but Tergrid's a very fun win condition. So I think that really just the black-based kind of eye twitch Skullport Merchant control decks, Blood on the Snow control decks, I think those are just insanely good. And if you start with a shell around those, you can't go too wrong, whether you're going to play Shambling Ghast and Deadly Dispute, or whether you're going to cast Acquisitions Expert and Elderfang Disciple and suck their resources that way. So, I do recommend if you've been waiting for a competitive Terror Grid deck and you want to win on ladder, I think this deck will do the job. Go play it. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.